Good morning, church. I'm joining you this morning from our new cafe. I hope you'll come and check it out. We're having breakfast even on Sunday mornings and dinner on Wednesday nights before the service. It'll certainly be a good time of fellowship and getting to know some of the brothers and sisters in the church. So if you're hearing a lot of noises behind me, that's what we're being interrupted by. I wanted to give you a verse this morning out of Philippians chapter 2, verse 3, where Paul encourages the church, let nothing be done through selfish ambition or conceit, but in lowliness of mind, let each esteem others better than themselves. You know, the world has a set of rules that we are obligated to live by, and those rules change from time to time as societies, lower the bar or sometimes they raise the bar, and everyone's kind of expected to walk those lines. The good thing about God's church is the rules have never changed. God's ways of life and relationship has always been the same, that we're one body, that we're in need of each other, that we can provide for one another the things that we have so that we can all be without any kind of need. And so the Lord has always looked at us as a church and as a body of believers. So when you get to books like the book of Philippians, which was a church that was doing very good, and Paul encouraged that relationship more so maybe than in other places in the scriptures, I think here's a injunction that certainly strikes at the core of how we usually live in the world, which is selfish ambition or conceit or being concerned just for myself and nobody else. But that's not the way the church works. I heard a story a little while ago about a little 9-year-old girl that was out playing with some of her friends, and her dad was sitting in the living room, and as he was listening, the sounds got louder and maybe a little bit more insulting, and he finally thought, gosh, I got to go out there and see what they're doing. So he stepped out the door and he said to his little girl, what's going on here? And she said, oh, Dad, it's okay. We're playing church. Oh, my goodness, he thought. Is that really the way that she perceives church? But in reality, the church sometimes has a history of not getting along. Read church history. There are schisms and divisions and fights. And the world must shake their heads sometimes at the way that we live our lives. We understand how the world works, that self dominates. But in the church, we've died to ourselves and we've given our life to Christ. And now we're not to live for ourselves, but for one another and for his honor and for his glory. So when Paul encourages us even this morning, be more interested in what others need than what you might want to have happen or what you might think you need. Then I think the church begins to change, not only in the way that we love one another, but in the way that the world perceives us. And they begin to see that our relationship with God is a real one. And the God that we serve can change our lives in an extreme way that certainly the world knows nothing about. So as you go through your day today and this week, remember this verse, Philippians 2:3. Let nothing be done through selfish ambition or through conceit, but in lowliness of mind and humility, consider and esteem others better than yourself. It can start with you and it can start with me. And boy, what a difference that love can make in the eyes of the world, pleasing the Lord who loves us. God bless you guys today.